Welcome, everyone, to the Overwatch Cavalry Club Scrims Gold Division. Comes Helix Snake looking to get in the back like, oh, there's one. Oh, there's another. Looking to get in on the brig. Two more? Oh, I think so. Hey, here comes Tribalize with the Primal Raid. And there's two right over the edge to start things off. Going down into the hallway. Make it 3, 4, and 5 with the assist fire strike. Reboot, given the 3 boots. Comes Phoenix Fifth with the Coalescence, looking to get some damage on the enemy team. They're all low. 1, 2, and 3. Here comes Hanzuki, 1 headshot. Make that 2. I feel like Hanzuki's hungry for more. There's the 3rd. And will it be shut down? Coming out with the Diva Bomb. Oh no, will it be? The double kill! Back getting in, getting messy. Here comes Primal Rage. Going hamsters. Nick here, harnessing the inner Jonak. Doing damage and heals. What more do you want from a Zenyatta? Look, there's a rare Elfie bait approaching. Oh, folks, let's go ahead and follow. Oh, looks like it's zipping into the back line. Oh, is this what I think it is? Hello? Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Overwatch Cavalry Club Scrims Gold Division. I am your narrator for the evening, Captain Jack, joined by the fakest of Widows as my analyst this evening. How you doing, Widow?
I'm doing good, Captain Jack. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Been a pretty chill week so far. Been pretty crazy with all these games going on this week. As we continue to look at the stats for each division, there seems to be a forerunner in every division that is currently undefeated. And tonight we are seeing that for Team Void. Titans currently at a 1-2 for a win-loss ratio right now for the season. What do you think about them possibly beating Void this evening, as Void is currently undefeated?
If Titans plays anything like they played their last scrim against Project Proteus, I see this being a really tough match and possibly coming out with either a tie or a 5th map, or Titans even winning. We'll see how they play.
Alrighty, well, let's see what we can make happen. Folks, go ahead, blow up the chat with who you all are cheering for this evening as we get started on our control map, Ilios.
It's Elios. I thought we talked about this.
No, it's Ilios. you got... If I could
Just
speak,
let me
if I could speak a good Italian, I would say Ilios.
It's Greek. It's a Greek
Oh,
map.
whatever. Whatever.
I want you to.
You know how many different dialects are in that region of the country? A lot. All right. So I guarantee you, there's an Italian around there somewhere, like Ilios.
I think it's pronounced that way either way. I think it's just
Make it a pizza pie at the end of the world, man.
Oh, I can't even handle
I
you.
know.
You should start practicing your French for the Paris map.
Ooh. Sagle bleu.
Oh, oui, oui,
Omelette du fromage.
It's called go oui oui.
All right, folks, we're gonna go ahead and start off on Ilios Well, one of my favorite maps because it's all about the boop potential into the dark, deeming depths of the well for control of the point. And it looks like both of our teams coming out tonight definitely looking to take advantage of that. For the side of the Titans, we got Reboot and House of Homie coming out on the Orisa, Roadhog, Ulceration, and Quaking Punch on the Lucio, and Moira and Hot Pockets and Hanzuki on and Farah. For the side of Void, we got Hip Hip Jorge along with Sozin coming out on the Orisa Hog as well. Tyler Fire? Interesting, new player. Tyler Fire and Tribalized coming out as the Ana Brig, and Rith and Abstract out on the Hanzo and Sombra. So let's go ahead and see how they're going to do here. Looks like Void looking to get control of the point to start things off. The poke battle going between these two right now is intense. Reboot almost getting pulled into the well by both the Hulk and the Hook, but thankfully was able to save themselves with the shield right there. The shields are just getting torn down over and over again for both the Orisas. The Hot Pocket gonna get the first pick there on Hip Hip Jorge, and it looks like the percentage climb gonna go ahead and start out for the Titans. Hot Pocket's also taking out Tyler Fire right there. It is now a 4-6 fight on the point, despite the fact that Titans already have control. Hanzuki ends up taking out Tribalized, and I think that is going to be the end of this push right here. Widow, that was an intense first battle that really is kind of continuing on. What did you see there that really turned the tide for Titans to take the point?
Titans was able to actually get a positioning on point, whereas Void was playing off point. So that immediately gave Titans a sort of advantage. They are going to struggle a little bit. I feel like this Farah's going to have, Hanzuki on Farah's going to have a little bit of a problem with these, with healing. But he's playing really well right now. But it was really just Hot Pocket getting there, getting those picks off. Nice.
Oh, Hanzuki getting the double. Oh no!
Oh no!
So Hanzuki gets the double kill, gets slept and taken out by Sozin, as well as the double boop onto Reboot and House of Homie coming in from Tribalize, and it looks like Void will take control of the point with that. 60% for the side of Titans, 5% and climbing for Void. Sozin and Tribalize holding a very forward position right now, looking to get some picks, but it looks like House of Homie's going to start things off. Actually, Hanzuki's going to start things off, getting the boop kill there on Tyler Fire. Risk coming out with the EMP, but gets taken out by Hot Pocket right there. The boop! Oh! The boop and pull! Oh, no. Hanzuki getting the double boop on Sozin and Hip Hip Jorge with the assist from the boop. Ulceration takes down Abstract, who switched over to the McCree, and Quake and Punch taking out Tribalize right there. It looks like that is going to be a control for the side of Titans, 68% and climbing to 30% for the side of Void. Widow, what do you got?
Originally Titans started playing a little too forward and they ended up getting punished for it, but they came back and they were able to take it back. Titans just coming in for the boops today. They're playing really smart with how they're using their cooldowns and everything, but
well, there goes the boop again for Tribalize. So
I've never seen this many boops in a game.
You haven't played Ilios right then if you haven't seen that many boops.
No, I mean in O.C.C.
Ends up taking out Tyler Fire right there. The bongos coming out for Hip Hip Jorge, though, gonna allow Void to retake control of the point. Hot Pocket also taking out Tribalized with Ulceration, getting the kill on Sozin. Abstract switching over to the Widow, ends up taking out Reboot right there as the pull. Oh! Oh no! House of Homie pulled Abstract into the well, but Hip Hip Jorge halted House of Homie into the well, and Abstract was able to get the chain up and out of the point. Hanzuki gets the triple kill onto Abstract, Rith, and Hip Hip Jorge, and it looks like Titans very close to will retake control of the point. Overtime taken away right now. Sozin ends up getting the hot pocket with the hook shot. Reboot, killing Tribalizes. Ulceration gets the boop onto Sozin. Hanzuki taking out Tyler Fire. B-drop coming in right now from Ulceration to keep the team up, as well as the Coalescence. Hanzuki takes out Rip. His House of Homie follows up on Abstract right there. The only one near the point is Tip Poirier on the Rhine. And that's going to be it, folks. First map of the night, the first point of the map going to the Titans here on Helios.
Can we have a statistic of how many people got environmentally murdered that game? I think Hanzuki had like 3, Tribalize had like 4, Ulceration had like 3. That well was just eating people tonight, eating them.
That's why that comp is so dangerous on Well. You don't normally run a Rhine, you don't normally run a Zarya. It's always the Orisa, the Lucio, sometimes even a Brig, the Pharah, and the Hog. That is all that you run on Helios Well, because it's all about the boobs. It looks like we're going to see some different comps coming out as we move on to Helios Ruins. Reboot and House of Homie switching to the Rhine Zarya comp with Ulceration and Quake and Punch still staying on the Lucio Moira. Hot Pocket still holding on to that McCree as Hanzuki switches over to the Widow. Abstract coming in on the Genji, as well as again a DPS role as well, going for the Soldier 76, ends up getting taken out by Hanzuki as Hip Jorge gets the charge onto Quake and Punch. Reboot gets the charge onto Abstract, so one team has no DPS, one team has no lead tank. Hip Jorge gonna take out Ulceration, and Rift's gonna take out Reboot. Hanzuki following up on Tyler Fire, and Tribalize gets the boot kill onto Hot Pocket. Sozin getting back into the fight, takes out Hanzuki, and House of Homie ends up taking out themselves. It looks like Void will end up taking control of the first tick and start their percentage climb here on Helios Ruins. Widow, what do you got?
That pick onto Quaking Punch early in the game pretty much guaranteed Void the win there. Having no main heals against a healer like Ana and then a Lucio as well just made it really difficult for Titans to take the aggressiveness they needed to push. And Void, as soon as they got that kill, started playing more aggressively, so that's good for them. That's a big shatter. Hip hop now!
Hanzuki starts off the oof battle between themselves and Abstract as Abstract switches over to the Widow, taking them out. The bad shatter comes in from Hip Jorge, but not a lot of follow-up. Beat drop and Coalescence coming out for Tribalize and Quake and Punch as we see Titans end up taking control of the point. 44% stop for Void as Sozin gets the rockets onto Ulceration. Abstract kind of battle, taking out Hanzuki, as well as Hot Pocket now on the Reaper and House of Homie. Goodness gracious. Abstract popping off as Widow as Risk gets the double kill on the Quake and Punch and Reboot right there. Void will retake control of the point, 46 and climbing to 20% for the side of Titans. Widow, what do you think is really working for the side of Void for them to continue to maintain control of the point right now?
They're punishing Titans' mistakes. You know, that grab was a good enough grab that had been fouled up on. It would have guaranteed them a win, but it wasn't. That was a good beat drop, but that's what they're doing. They're just really punishing Titans' mistakes, but it looks like they're gonna get in here and take this back over, I think.
It sure looks like the fat shatter coming in from Reboot right there, along with Hot Pocket and Hanzuki tying up getting some picks, but Abstract taking out Hanzuki right there. Titans will retake control of the point, 73 for Void, 34% and climbing for the Titans right now as they're getting ready for the next push into the point. Hip Jorge and the rest of the team getting some fire strikes and shots into Reboot shield. Here comes the shatter from Hip Jorge. Doesn't end up getting anything but shield right there. Here comes the Blossom out for Hot Pocket as the Nano goes on Hip Jorge to try to keep them in the battle. Rift ends up getting taken out by the Blossom as Hanzuki takes out Abstract and Tyler Fire. Sozin following up on Hot Pocket, and just before Void takes control of the point, they are able to contest. House Homie gets a punch kill onto Hip Jorge right there. Sozin caught in a difficult position as they get antied, but will be able to get out of the fight without getting killed right there. And Titans will end up tying surpassing Void right now, 77% and climbing to 73%. Widow, what has Titans done to really turn this around?
They're playing aggressively when they need to. They're capitalizing on picks on the enemy team. They're letting, Void waste ults. They're playing really smart. The switch on to the Moira, Anna is also really going to help them out.
Alright, well done. Whoa! Back shatter! Coming in from Reboot right there after clearing the point of Rith on the Zarya. That was insane right there. Titans going to be taking away the first victory of the night. Tribalized would play the game. It's that double environmental. You know it is. I want to see this. Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Oh, yes, please. Oh, yes. Full. Ooh. That's fine. I cannot tell you how many boops I get as Hog or Lucio. It is so satisfying.
Oh.
Those environmentals were not enough to stop Titans from taking Ilios and starting a possible victory for the evening, 1-0 against the Void right now. Looking in the chat, Elfie popping out the first dad joke of the evening. Whoa, that shatter was so fat, I think I need to reboot my computer.
Elfie, go to sleep. You need a nap. Just go. Just get out. Just get out.
Oh, goodness.
So tired. I thought you were just
that shattered so fast. Oh, man. What? I just hear a minion voice coming from Elfie. What? All right, so Widow, what did you think? What did you think about those maps right there? Like, it seemed like Void ability to make something happen there, but they seemed a little scattered.
Void had a lot of sloppy ult usage. They would kind of use too many ults at once. Like, the entire enemy team was grabbed, they beat dropped, and then immediately shattered. So it's like, you've just wasted 2 tank ults, and they have a defensive ult that's going to stop you from following up on those. So they're not really... They're just kind of, I feel like, pressing Q on cooldown. Like, they're acting like, I have an ult, let me use it, maybe it'll do something. They're not coordinating. So you can see the communication's kind of off. And Titans just really played that to their advantage. It seemed like they were tracking their ults, they were acting defensively, they were playing the game to the best of their ability, and really just playing aggressive when they needed to, and playing smart when they needed to. So they were just playing, they just outplayed them. That's just really what it was.
Well, it was definitely an interesting match. I definitely want to see what else Titans has in store for Void this evening. Will Void be able to bring it back and tie us up before the half, or will Titans walk away in the half at the 2-0? We will find out here shortly when we move on to our next map, which looks like it will be Hanamura. But if this is your first time joining us tonight, welcome. We are the Overwatch Cavalry Club Scrims. We've been around for about 9 months and are part of a much greater community on Facebook. 54,000 members and rising, known as the Overwatch Cavalry Club. You're more than welcome to read our About Us section below the stream, as well as check out our Facebook and YouTube. If you like what you see and want to support our community, there are many ways to do so. You can hit that subscribe button there at the top of the stream. $4.99 a month will get you access to our Discord and support all the wonderful activities that we do every now and again. If you look back to December, we had an all-star scrim where we gave away quite a few amazing prizes, including a Nintendo Switch. And the only way we're able to do stuff like that is because of y'all supporting our community. If you don't want to do that, that's quite all right. There's many other ways to support our community as well. You can go ahead and fill out a player or coach application. Players are from Silver through Diamond Division, as well as coaches being Master and Grandmaster. Although for our lower divisions, we have recently had Diamond and Platinum players coaching those divisions if they've got the right sense of I don't know, some of those crazy plays you were doing last night.
Did they work? Did they work?
They worked. They worked, but
Top 100
I'm just saying. But anyways, you can get involved in either of those two ways, or I will post in a little bit the Stream Team application where you can do things such as myself, Widow, Peeps, who's running the stream camera right now, as well as Dang's hosting and the wonderful intro and halftime videos we get from Princess Elfie. So let's go ahead and get to the match at hand here on Hanamura. Void already on the attack right now, coming in with a very interesting composition for this map. You got Hip Hip Jorge and Sozen on the Rhine. Tribalize on the Brig with Tyler Fire on the Ana. Reboot going to get the tackle on Hip Hip Jorge to start things off, but Sozen using the spin to win to get picks on the point along with Abstract on the Genji. And as strange as it is, it looks like it's really going to work out for them. Widow, why?
They were able to get to point and start displacing them immediately. Their Rhine died in there, and probably that should have lost them the fight, but Void just kept going. They just started picking one person at a time, and it eventually worked out. They got 2 quick picks right in the beginning after their Rhine died, and they just kept going. So they played really smart there.
All right, well, let's see if they can keep it going. We now have 7 minutes on the clock as point A has already been captured. Sozen already coming in to touch point as Reboot and the rest of the team dropping to contest point. Here comes the rally out from Tribalize. Hot Pocket coming in on the McCree, ends up taking out Hip Hip Jorge. Hanzuki now on the Reaper, ends up taking out Sozen right there. Tribalize ends up falling to Quake and Punch as well, and it looks like that is going to be a pullback from the side of Void. 6 minutes, 30 seconds on the clock right now. I just have to say, it looked like they were trying to go for a steamroll right there, but as quickly as they took them out on the point, I don't know if that was the smartest move. What do you think, Widow?
They weren't going for a steamroll. Steamroll is when you literally leave one person on the point and everyone else just runs forward and takes the point and gains access of it before the enemy team can even respawn. They didn't do that. They kind of staggered in there slowly. But we used a lot of weird ults. Like the Brigitte ult was used and wasted because she didn't give any of her team armor. She only kind of went in there to DPS the enemy. But Titans look how many ults Titans have. They are wasting no ult on this team back. They are just playing really, really well.
Absolutely. Rith came in with the EMP right there that should have really been a way for the team to capitalize on killing Titans right there. But Hanzuki, using the Death Blossom in the backline, ended up taking out Tyler Fire, as well as, I believe, one other to start things off. Sozen looks like they're going to go ahead, switch over to the D.Va to try to help absorb some of that damage coming in. Reboot coming out with the Shatter right now as the blade comes out from Abstract. Looks like it's going to get denied, though, by Quake and Punch, as well as Alteration with the Transcendence and Coalesce. High Noon coming out from Hot Pocket. I didn't see it go anywhere. I think maybe everybody was already dead before the High Noon actually went off.
No, D.Va ate it. D.Va ate it.
Oh, did D.Va eat it? Because I saw D.Va kind of separated from the rest of the team, so...
D.Va's Matrix goes real far, so...
Really?
She was able to just Matrix him from that far away, yep. She ate that.
That is surprising right there. Want to give some love to Zen Thoxin. 8 out of the 9 months that we have been going here on Twitch, Zen Thoxin has been subscribed with us through Twitch Prime. So thank you so much for your continued support of our community, Zen Thoxin. We definitely appreciate it. Surprise ends up getting hacked and stunned and hacked again. There in the back line, ends up getting taken out by Sozen right there, but Reboot takes out Tribalize as well. Abstract coming in on the McCree as well, ends up taking out Hanzuki.
Big Shatter.
To the Vara, Fat Shatter coming in, but not a lot of cleanup on that as Reboot is able to get back up and deflect the D.Va Bomb using the shield, but it looks like that's not going to be enough. Ref ends up taking out Reboot as Abstract gets Quake and Punch. The High Noon come out for Hot Pocket, ends up getting both Sozen and Tyler Fire. High Noon now coming out for Abstract right there, but it doesn't look like it's going to get much of anything. Tribalize taking out Alteration right now as they're moving into the point once again. Rith ends up taking out Hanzuki, switched over to the May right there, as well as Reboot switching over to the Winston, ends up getting taken out by Rith as well. Hot Pocket takes out him before as Abstract follows up on Quake and Punch. It's like a battle of the McCrees and Sombra right now as Rith gets the hack onto out. Abstract following up on Alteration as well. It looks like Tribalize might be out of the fight here soon enough, but Quake and Punch using the Transcendence to try to get everybody up. Abstract using the high noon to take out Hot Pocket as well as Quake and Punch. The EMP coming out from Rift ends up taking out Reboot as Tribalize and Hip Hip 4A take out Surprise and Alteration right there. And round 1 will be complete with a final point B capture right there. And honestly, that battle went on so long, I have no idea how much time was on the clock. 3 minutes and 2 seconds.
Initiate
Widow.
Titans had a really good defense, and they Titans had a really good defense, and they kind of started separating. Like Zarya was high ground, Ryan was low ground, Void was somewhere else, Sparrow was someone else. They were just completely separated, and Void was just kind of able to get in, take it one pick at a time, and then they were able to just take it back. And then Titans did a really good job stalling. I think they stalled for like, I don't know, like 45 seconds, like a decent amount of time. But at the end, it was just, they couldn't just get in there. It was just a 1v5, then a 1v6, then a 1v5, then a 1v6. They just couldn't take it back. But good effort there. They just want to play together. They got separated and staggered themselves.
Well,
Don't
it looks
laugh
like
at me.
no, I'm laughing because it looks like we've got the cheers battle in chat going on right now. Zenthoxin popping 400 cheers and Elfie calling out Peeps saying, "I see you moving it."
Attackers incoming in
If you've been following us for any amount of time, between Peeps, Elfie, and Zen, they have been competing for the #1 spot. Elfie has currently had the reign for a while, but Zen's going to take over, it looks like, and Peeps may be looking to reclaim it very soon. So we shall see. We shall see. All right, looking at the team compositions coming in right now for Titans. Looks like they're going for a pseudo dive. Very, very interesting without the Lucio to help with the speed there, but it may work out in their favor. They're going to have Ulceration and Quake and Punch come in on the Moira, Zenyatta with Reboot and Surprise on the Winston Diva. Hot Pocket still on the McCree, and Hanzuki taking the role of Pharah once again. Abstract going to come in on the Mei to get those Mei walls to stop them from going through the choke point. Not going to do much against the dive, though, with Rith still on the Sombra, Hip Hip Jorge and Sozin coming in on the Rhine Winston. Interesting. I'm not for certain why they'd pick it, but I'm sure Widow could let me know. And Tyler Fire and Tribalize on the Ana and Mercy.
I've seen this
ahead,
Winston paired like as an off tank with an Orisa and a Rhine so many times, and I just still can't figure out why. It just doesn't make any fathomable sense. It has no benefits of team comp.
Yeah, well, it looks like they're seeing that right now as both tank and healer gets taken out, and Reboot getting the double kill on Sozin and Abstract right there. It's 6v6 right now or 6v2 on the point right now, and it looks like that's going to be all she wrote as Ulceration takes out Tyler Fire. Elfie saying, "Go away, Zen," with the 1,000 cheers.
Toxic Elfie, go to
into
sleep.
the lead at 6,202. Like, I'm just sorry for whoever's in 4th place. Like, they're like, I donated once. It was cool.
I did a thing. Respect me.
Like, way, way down there, and just these 3. I swear. I have to check now just to see. It looks like it's Chamaco at 2,600. Oh, so it's not that very far down there. Chamaco could get back up there if they wanted to. So it looks like with point A captured, we're going to see 6 minutes now on the clock. Rift getting in that back line, trying to take care of the pseudo dive that is Titans right now. Hanzuki switching over to the Soldier 76 to try to help out, I assume, with heals as well as distance damage. Rift still getting into that backline. Here comes the Coalescence and the Primal Rage out from Ulceration and Reboot, but Reboot ends up getting slept. Right there to start things off. Tribalize bringing Sozin back into the fight as they get taken out by Hot Pocket, but Abstract ends up getting Hanzuki in the backline. Surprise! Looking to pop, ends up getting E-mexed right there by Sozin as Rift gets the kill onto Reboot. Abstract takes out Surprise, and I believe, yes, a nano from Tyler Fire ended up going on to Abstract without really a lot of additional need for it.
The nano is definitely questionable and unneeded. At that point, they'd already taken out so many people, and the team was so split that it was a lost fight anyway. Again, Titans is one going to play closer knit, and honestly, they really should be running a Lucio rather than a Zenyatta here. Zenyatta was getting dove by Sozin on Winston, and the team couldn't help him. They were already, so spread out and so far away.
I understand why they play it though, especially with Riff using that EMP so tactically. Having that defensive ult is really important, and even with a Lucio beat drop, like you can only suck up so much damage with it.
Yeah, but they also have an Ana on Void that can just completely delete his ult. And
true, that's true as well. Well, it's just back and forth. Let's see what's going to happen as Hot Pocket ends up getting the first kill there on Sozin. Now a 5v6 fight as they push into the high ground. Hot Pocket, Diva Bomb, coming up! Oh, but it doesn't end up getting much of anybody. Abstract coming out with the Blossom, ends up getting Ulceration and Quake and Punch as the Nano, or the Anti-Nade ends up taking out Hot Pocket there for Tyler Fire. Rift taking out Hanzuki right there, and it looks like the only ones near the point are Surprise and Reboot, and they will get taken out by Abstract and Rift as well. 3 minutes, 40 seconds on the clock with only a tick to their name right now. I'm really questioning what Titans are going for here, as they're soon to be approaching the similar time bank of Void. Widow, what do you think about this?
They need to make some swaps. Reaper is so strong right now, and having a Reaper and a Sombra on the enemy team and running dive into that is just so counterproductive. They're not going to get any space. They're not going to be able to get any good picks in, especially with EMP online. This just is not really a smart team comp right now, especially without the Lucio speed to get them out of an engage if they need it.
Alright, well let's see if they can turn it around. They've now met the time and surpassed it. 3 minutes and counting down as they look to move into the point. Sozin attacking very forward right now as the Valkyrie, EMP, and Nano come into play. Abstract ends up taking out Reboot as the Rez comes in for Tribalize. Hanzuki ends up getting taken out by Sozin as Ulceration takes out Tribalize. Hipit Jorge following up on Surprise right there, and that is going to be another lost fight for the side of Titans as Abstract fells Hot Pockets to be the final kill for the team right there. 2 minutes, 25 seconds on the clock. Looking in the chat, everyone is quiet. I don't know how I feel about that. Elfie's like, go away, Zen, and then everybody went away.
Titans has a lot of bolts on them right now, and they're gonna just start losing them one by one and see what they can get out of them. They're just kind of beating a wall right now.
Looks like it. I think they're going for possibly a 6-ult push, maybe try to get Surprise Diva Bomb into play as well. And if they can use the Diva Bomb maybe to take down Hipit Jorge's shields, then Hot Pocket or Hanzuki can get their ultimates in. Oh, here comes the tire from Hanzuki, as well as the Primal coming out for Reboot. Full Lessons coming out for Ulceration. The Deadeye for Hot Pocket right there. Hanzuki gets the double kill with the tire. Hot Pocket taking out Tribalize with the Deadeye. Surprise takes out Hipit Jorge right there. The only ultimate still online is Surprise Diva Bomb right there. The Death Loss comes out for Abstract. Gets Quake and Punch and Hot Pocket right there. Diva Bomb coming out for Surprise. Doesn't get much of anything, unfortunately. They're able to get back to the high ground, but with a minute left on the clock, they were able to get that second tick, but they don't have enough time to rebuild all those ults to get back in there again.
That 6 ult pushes they rarely work out. They really do. And especially that wasted trance at the end, that could have been saved for the Reaper ult and negated it, but it was just kind of thrown in there to throw it in. It was a 6v2. They shouldn't have used it there. That's very unfortunate.
Alright, well, let's see what they can make happen. Hanzuki getting anti-nated right there as we saw Ulceration and Reboot jump into the point. Unfortunately, Ulceration couldn't get away, ends up getting taken out by Abstract. Tribalize getting taken out Surprise. Abstract following up on Quake and Punch as Tyler Fire takes out Reboot right there. And with 15 seconds left on the clock, Hanzuki still trying to hold the high ground right there and take out anybody possible. Looks like Sozin and Abstract Abstract gonna land the kill onto Hanzuki right there. Looks like Surprise just gonna try to charge into the point, ends up getting swept and moved away. Alteration able to get to the point, but ends up getting swept and taken out by the anti-nade by Tyler Fire. Tribalize getting the D-Mech onto Surprise as Abstract takes out Surprise right there. Primal Rage coming out for Reboot, ends up getting swept and hacked. Tyler coming out for Hanzuki, ends up taking out Hip Hip Hayes. Abstract gets Quake and Punch. Hot Pocket now coming in as the Reaper takes out Abstract, but Sozin follows up on Reboot right there. Rift getting the kill onto Hot Pocket, and that is going to be all she wrote. We're going to see a tied game going into the half as Void walks away with the victory here on Hanamura, leaving us at 1-1 here. Club Scrim's Gold Division. Abstract with play of the game on the McCree.
It's
Oh man, that was a very high noon right there. Might be
You're not. Turn the song off, Jack. Turn the song off.
It's so high. It was such a high noon right there. So
So fire, Jack.
That's one of
now.
my favorite Overwatch memes by
It
far.
was, we found this before the game.
and it was, I was just looking for a reason to use it. There was so much McCree play. I just had to give that meme some love. Snib, thank you so much for your support of our community. Subscribed with Twitch Prime for 2 months on a 2-month streak right now, supporting as a player and a subscriber. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. So Widow, 1-1 between Void and Titans. How things are going based on how that last match played out. Titans had plenty of time, could have swapped some things around, didn't, and definitely paid for it. So how do you think this forecasts matches after the half?
Titans has certain comps that they play really well, and their Ryan Zarya is super duper strong. They have good DPS, they have good heals. They just want to be smart about what tanks they're playing. Running a Winston and a Diva into a Sombra and a Reaper is a big, huge, gigantic, flashing billboard. Never ever do it. No. Like, you just don't do it anymore. Unless you have the most crazy coordinated dive or DPS that are going to pick that Reaper every time before a fight, you just don't do it. Then not having the Lucio, they were just playing half of a team comp and they weren't working together. It wasn't working for them. They were being hard countered and they just wouldn't switch. And just sloppy ult usage. So if they go back to playing the way they did on Ilios, they'll take this back. But if they keep playing the way they just did on Hanamura, I'm going to see Void taking this for the night.
All right, well, we will find out here shortly. Go ahead and enjoy a trip to Paris for an Elfie. As we go into our halftime break, go ahead, get yourself some refreshments, use the restroom, whatever you need to do. More Overwatch Cavalry Club scrims will be back in about 5 minutes.
What is that? Hello, darkness, my old friend.
nice.
spécial. Que souhaitez-vous entendre? Sécurité!
What they do? What they do?
Fuck the police coming straight from the underground.
Welcome back, everyone, to another amazing matchup tonight here at the Overwatch Cavalry Club Scrims Gold Division on the playing field tonight as we see Titans v Void going into the half 1-1 right now. We've got the swaps done and ready to go. It looks like our third match of the evening going to be Hollywood. So we're going to go to our hybrid map now. Go ahead and get things started up. Widow, based on what you've been seeing from these teams tonight, we've done our control and our 2 CP, so now we've got both of our escort type maps going down now. What do you think we're going to end up seeing from these teams coming out tonight?
It's hard to say because it really just matters on how they play.
Initiating.
It's like the teams played so opposite both games. Like Void was super sloppy first game, and then Titans was extremely sloppy second game, you know what I mean? So it's like hard to call it because they played so differently both games that it's kind of like, well, if we get map 1 Titans, then Titans will win, but if we get map 2 Titans, then Void's gonna win, you know what I mean? So I hope for the best. I hope we see some improvement and some kind of learning from the mistakes in the last 2 maps on both sides, and we'll see a nice hard-fought match. I vote for map 5. I want a map 5.
For great plays from both sides. From both sides.
Go home. Go take a nap.
Every time I hear both sides, that's literally all I think of anymore. I'm just like, oh my goodness.
Both sides. Love it. Fabulous.
From both sides.
Fabulous.
All right, folks, let's go ahead and see how. Elfie saying in the chat, Titans didn't win map 2 because House of Homie wasn't playing.
Toxic!
Right. Well, it looks like House of Homie is back in the game on the Zarya role this time around, with Reboot coming in as the Rhine, Hot Pocket coming in now as the Ashe, with Surprised in on the Pharah, and Ulceration and Quaking Punch taking 2 main heal roles with Ana and Moira. For the side of the attacking Void, Abstract coming in on the Widow with Rith on Sombra still, Hippiborhe and Sozin on the Rhine, and which is interesting. I still find that an interesting composition. And Tyler Fire and Tribalize coming in on the Ana and Rita. So let's go ahead and see if they have what it takes. Rip already trying to get into that back line, but thanks to Surprise being up in the air, getting some fires into their own back line to try to keep Rip out of sight and out of mind. Tyler Fry's incredibly out of position. Ends up getting taken out by Surprise right there, as I believe they were trying to take Surprise out of the air, but I mean, as an Ana, that's not really your main goal right there. Reboot getting the Fire Strike kill onto Sozin right now, and it looks like we're going to go ahead and see Void pull back. Rift still on point, but ends up using the Translocator to go ahead and get back to the team with about 3 minutes on the clock now as they prepare for their next push. Widow, what do you got?
The DPS on the side of Void aren't really doing what. Ooh, look at me getting my point completely negated. Abstract was taking really weird, like trying to hook shot the Pharah out of the air instead of trying to take a more aggressive positioning. But now that he's taking that aggressive positioning, they're going to be able to get those picks. But Void was playing super spread out, but Abstract is just plowing them down right now. He's completely uncontested.
Yep, there's a triple right now on point for Abstract. Reboot does get the kill onto Tribalize. Hip at 4A, following up on Reboot as Rift takes out House of Homie after the hack. And it looks like we will see Void end up at least tick, maybe second tick. I don't know if Titans are going to look to contest. Nope, it doesn't look like they're going to do it. They're going to go ahead and give it to them as they end up going ahead and and start moving the payload to objective number 1 here on Hollywood. Going into the backline, Rift ends up taking out Hot Pockets very early in the fight. Abstract now set up on the high ground, takes out Surprise using the machine gun. But a fat shatter comes in from Reboot right there, takes down both Sozin and Hippiborhe, but not a lot of follow-up right there. Here comes the Coalescence from Ulceration, along with the rally out from Tribalize. Ulceration ends up taking out Hippiborhe, but that looks like to be the only one that ends up falling during all that. The anti-nade coming out from Tyler Fries Tyler Fire rather, gets on to the Titans, but it's not going to be enough as House of Homie, incredibly charged up, ends up taking out Sozin right there. And that looks like it's going to be a push off the point. Hot Pocket Dynamite to take out Abstract. Here comes the EFP and Shatter in for Hippiborhe as they get the pin on the House of Homie, as well as taking out Quake and Punch. But here comes Bob! Bob's looking to do something for Hot Pocket right there as they take out Hippiborhe. Sozin falling out on Hot Pocket right there. Bob still doing an incredible, or was doing work, but I think ended up getting hacked by Rift.
Yep.
And all of that, so ended up doing nothing but standing there looking like a cute little Bob.
Cute little Bob. Poor little
Cute little Bob.
Rest in peace, Bob.
So what do you got there, Widow?
Titans used, Void used that Sombra Rhine combo, that hack and then Shatter, and I was able to just get them huge picks and really drop most, if not all, of Titans. That's a big Shatter coming from Reboot.
That's a big shatter, and the minefield coming down. Sozin right there didn't end up landing on much of the team. I think they were anticipating the payload to move a little bit further, so they were not anticipating the hammer down from Reboot right there. Hip Hip Jorge getting caught up in the Graviton, but most of Titans getting anti-nated right there by Tyler Fire. Shatter coming in from Hip Hip Jorge after getting antied. Abstract switching over to the Tracer. Gets the double kill on to House of Homie and Ulceration right there. Surprised. Ends up falling to Rith, and with 2 minutes 15 seconds on the clock, or thereabouts, we are going to see Void go ahead and take point 3, giving them 3 minutes 40 seconds to push it in to point number 2. What do you think about the composition that keeps switching up for these two teams? Now Abstract on the Tracer already has all. House of Homie switching from the Zarya over to a right now, and Sozin now taking on a Hog for this third point.
I don't like when teams are swapping as much as they are. They're swapping a whole bunch. I think the Mei is a good idea, but I'm gonna want to see Titans get off this Moira and get onto a break for sure. The Ana is a great pick here. She's able to sleep and kind of help out, but with the Ana on the side of Void, they're going to want to keep her on the side of Titans and get Ibrahita, who's going to help kind of pop those flankers.
Well, with Hot Pocket coming out with the Deadeye and the Shatter coming down from Reboot, it looks like that's going to clean the point up of Void with 2 minutes 30 seconds on the clock right now. Void getting back in position to look to do some work, as the team getting their ultimates online is now 3 on the side of Void to 2. Riff ends up taking out Hot Pocket to start things off as the anti-nade comes down on the team. Tribalized and Hip Hip 4A taking out both the Reboot and House of Homie right there. It is now 3v6 as the payload pushes in. 2 minutes 10 seconds on the clock. The hammer down coming in right there from Hip Hip 4A allows the DMAC of Tyler Fire on to Surprise right there. Trying to hold on as long as possible. EMP comes out for Rift as well as the whole Hog from Sozin. Ends up taking down House of Homie and Hot Pocket right there. Reboot taking out Hip Hip Jorge though. Sozin getting left right there and might get taken out of the fight as the anti-nade once again from Tyler Fire doing an incredible amount of work. Abstract getting the punch kill onto Ulceration there in the back line, being an incredibly pesky Tracer right now. Here comes House of Homie looking to try to freeze Abstract, but Hot Pocket coming in as a 2-fist gets that punch in as Abstract already gets the Blizzard now coming down from House of Homie, ends up getting Sozin, but not a lot of follow-up as Rift gets the hack and kill onto Hot Pocket right there. The Shatter coming in from Reboot. That's a bad Shatter and that is gonna be all she wrote. Oh no! No, it's not, because the rally. Oh no, there it goes. The rally almost saved Sozin right there. Tribalize gets the triple kill while the rally's going off and still popping off right now. The Nano coming in on Ulceration, but it's not going to be enough. House of Homie touching the point and able to icicle up very quickly. Here comes Sozin back in on the Hammond as Hot Pocket gets the punch onto Abstract. The EMP comes out from Rift, ends up getting Reboot and House of Homie. Hip Hip 4A following up on Quake and Punch and Hot Pocket. Tribalize follows up on Surprise as well as Ulceration. And with just about a minute left on the clock, that is going to be round 1 with a 3-point completion for the side of Void. Correction, that was 24 seconds on the clock. Wow.
Initiating match.
Oy.
Based on the way that they were playing, Titans was doing, I would say, a decent defense. They definitely weren't countering the way that they should have been, but they were able to run off enough time of the clock that at least when Void hit point 3, they weren't seeing a lot in their time bank. The question is, Widow, will Titans be able to hold off on a Void defense that is probably going to be just as strong as their attack?
Personally, I don't see them holding it off. And the reason is, Void just seems to have kind of been like, alright, first map we got rolled, let's really crack down and get our stuff together, and that's what they're doing now. they're comboing ults, they're talking to each other, they're focusing things, they're getting back to their healers in time to not die. That's not happening on the side of Titans. They're just kind of doing what they can when they have it, you know. Like, for instance, there was a Mei ult and a D.Va bomb that went off at the same time. D.Va got demeched and used her ult. You know, she should have been like, hey, I'm low, Mei ult now, I'll bomb. You know, those are sort of things, those sort of call-outs that could have happened, and they're just not. They're just ulting one at a time and not following up on anything. They're just blowing ults, you know, like the wind in the winter. It's just getting wasted, but we'll see if they can pull it together. You know, first map saying anything, they're capable of it, so let's see if they'll pull themselves together. I hope they do.
They are definitely capable. Looks like Abstract switching off to the Bastion for the defense right here. Is Rith already in the back line, being a complete nuisance still on the Tracer right there. Hot Pocket coming in as the Doomfist with House of Homie switching over to the Junkrat for this push. Ulceration and Quake and Punch in on the Mercy and Zenyatta, which I find kind of interesting. Tribalize ends up bringing Tyler Fire back into the fight as Hip Hip Jorge gets the Fire Strike on the reboot. Abstract taken down Surprise as Rip takes out Hot Pocket right there, and that is going to be a hold right now for the side of Void. I have to say, if anything, I am surprised the fact that they are running 3 DPS on the side of Titans right now.
They're gonna have a rough time with this Bastion. The Junkrat's a really good pick here. They're gonna want to get off this Doomfist. Rith has been playing Sombra exclusively, except for Ilios. She played Zarya. I think running a Doomfist into a Sombra is just not a smart move. As soon as Doomfist gets hacked, she's just a free kill.
Well, it looks like they've got Rip out of the fight to start things off as Surprise ends up taking him out. Reboot takes out Tribalizes. House of Homie ends up getting Abstract. Reboot getting the tackle on to Hip Hip Jorge as Hot Pocket gets the punch in on Sozin. The only one near the point right now is Tyler Fire, looking to try to sneak around the team, but it doesn't look like it's going to work out as Reboot ends up taking him out, and they will end up claiming Point Alpha, giving them about 5 minutes on the clock to start their push into point number 1. Hell's Virtue in the chat saying Doomfist into Sombra is ballsy for sure. And it is ballsy because
as soon as he's hacked, he's just free meat. He's nothing. He gets hacked and he just has a punch. He's a little fist. He
doesn't have a punch.
I mean like a melee. He has a melee.
He can melee. That's literally all he can do. Can't do anything else. Bad Shatter coming in from Hip Hip Jorge right there. Ends up taking down House of Homie with Tribalize getting the kill onto Reboot. Abstract follows up on Surprise and the whole hog comes out for Sozin. Taking down Ulceration right there. 4 minutes on the clock right now. Still running this triple DPS comp as Abstract switching over to the Widowmaker to get some distance kills. I'm
liking the Widow against this. You know, Hot Pocket on Doomfist is going to have a certain amount of movement before he's stuck. Junkrat's free picks, you know what I mean? Zenyatta free picks, Mercy free picks, Atara free picks. They're playing a very easy comp for a Widow to take advantage of, as you can see.
Abstract already getting 2 kills for this fight.
Oof.
And the tire comes out from House of Homie, but Abstract picking that off as well. Crazy on the point right now. 3 minutes, 20 seconds. EMP comes out, as well as the Valkyrie. Here comes the Shatter out from Hip Hip Jorge. His Abstract takes down Reboot. Hip Hip Jorge getting the charge kill onto House of Homie as Sozin takes out Hot Pocket right there. And that is going to be a cleanup of the point once again. Now 3 minutes on the clock to push into point 1. Saying since Doom's ult was nerfed, it's used as an escape or a CD rest 80% of the time. The question is, so if that's the case, then why? I think the question that I'm still asking here is why the triple DPS?
There's just no reason for it. If they're gonna run this many DPS, we should have something like a Reaper. You know, this tire is just gonna get shot down every time.
Oh, actually, it's not. It looks like Tyler Fire and Hip Hip Jorge gonna fall to the tire as the whole hog comes out from Sozin, trying to clean something up. Not able to get a shot off at Owl. Here comes the hook in from Sozin. trying to get House of Homie, but it's not going to be enough. Here comes out the Valkyrie from Tribalize right now, trying to get Sozin and the rest of the team healed up as Pippin Jorge rejoins the battle along with Tyler Fire. I'm not for certain where they're at. Rift getting the kill on House of Homie in the back line right there. 1 minute, 50 seconds on the clock as Ulceration pops out the Valkyrie, and the Transcendence comes out from Quake and Punch right there.
That's a big
Prize ends up coming out with the barrage, getting both Tribalize and Tyler Fire as Hot Pocket takes down Hip Hip Jorge. Abstract gets the kill onto Ulceration as Rift falls up on Surprise. Reboot takes out Sozin right there and is looking to also get Abstract if possible. House of Homie on the high ground right now as the payload pushes in, giving them 2 minutes and 50 seconds now. Number 2, Abstract still in the back line right now, getting picks, ends up taking out Hot Pocket very early in the fight as the rest of the team looking to get set up right inside the doorway for the side of Void. Reboot and the rest of the team is still pushing in with this 3 DPS comp and looking to make something happen. Here comes the EMP from Rift, ends up getting 5 of the 6 on the team. House of Homie now coming up with the tire, but it doesn't look like they're going to end up getting to use it. They do end up taking out Sozin as well as cleaning up Hip Hip Jorge, but Tribalize and Abstract end up getting 3 of their own
now
on the side of Titans. Themselves at the 2-minute mark now. Titans are really trying to figure out how they are going to get past this, and it looks like Surprise is going to be switching over to the going to switch over to the Zarya now for their push into the point, try to give some additional tank support. Here comes the tire out from House of Homie, trying to get out of Abstract's line of sight, but it's not going to be enough. Ends up getting taken out by the superb Widow skills coming out from Abstract here tonight. That payload is still moving forward. 1 minute, 25 seconds on the clock right now as they are approaching the archway. Abstract ends up getting the kill onto Hot Pocket right there as the whole hog comes out for Sozin. The Valkyrie's going to come out for Ulceration, trying to keep the team up as much as possible. House of Homie gets the concussion mine kill onto Sozin right there as the beat drops, and sights come in from Tribalize and Abstract. Abstract takes out House of Homie, and Surprise ends up getting Hip Hip Jorge. The only one near the point right now is Rift, and gets taken out by Quake and Punch as the 60-second mark now hits. The Abstract getting Hot Pocket once again. We're going to see on the Lucio trying to distract us. The rest of the tanks get into the point. Here comes the Nano onto Hip Hip Jorge as the Fire Strike takes down Ulceration. Abstract gets Quake and Punch, no heals for the side of Titans as Hip Hip Jorge takes down Reboot. Surprise ends up getting Sozin, but Abstract follows up on Surprise, and they are going to push Titans all the way back to spawn with about 30 seconds left on the clock. Widow, what do you got?
Why are we stopped?
Titans is... It took them very long to swap off this triple DPS comp that was being, pretty hard countered by this Widow just running around. They're gonna want to play smart. They only have 2 ults online. If they make good of them, they're gonna, be able to push this. But if they don't, they're gonna be stuck.
Oh, well, there comes the EMP
boy.
and Shatter right there from Hip Hip Jorge and Rift right there. Tribalize and Tyler Fire getting the double kill. Here comes the tire out for House of Homie. Takes down Abstract. Tribalize gets the boop kill onto the Reboot right there. Ulceration incredibly low, and Anti ends up getting taken out by Rift. Hot Pocket trying to hold on, but gets taken out by Rift as well. Hot Pocket trying to touch point as the Soldier 76 ends up getting taken out by Tyler Fire, and Rift taking out Quake and Punch. Tribalize following up on Surprise is all Sombra and Lucio right now, and Void gonna walk away with their 2nd win of the evening here on Hollywood. I'm going to Abstract on the Bastion, because for played, this is what gets played the game. Every time. Every time. All right, well, it is now 2-1. Void taking the lead now after the half. Looking to get to keep that win streak going. Widow, do you think Titans can turn it around?
If they keep playing like they've been playing the past 2 maps, no. And I don't want to sound like, you know, I'm over it, like I've given up, but they're not making smart picks to counter Void, and then they're not playing defensively against Void. They're not, you know, they're getting targeted by someone but then doing nothing about it. You know, they were gonna go D.Va Rein. That would have been huge. D.Va going after that Widow, she would have no longer been a problem to the team. Sure, she might have gotten demeched here and there, but like, the Widow would have had to play much more scared. That Widow was so aggressive the whole game, and he did nothing about her. So if they continue to just let Void walk all over them, then it's gonna be a Void win tonight. But if they start playing smart, they start like countering Void, then you know they got this. They have talented players. They have the skill. They have the ability. They're just not using it for themselves. They're making it hard. They're making it hard on themselves.
All right. Well, looking into the chat, looks like there's a lot of love for Genji and Jake right there coming out for Elfie and Pika. Hey, Danks, we're still on Hollywood, bro.
Welcome to
We call Kane!
And we're going Hollywood again. No, just joking. Danks, pull us out. What are you doing, fam? Gotta swap the map there, buddy. Hollywood, round 2. All right, last map of the night. We're going to Dorado. So get your mariachi shoes on. Pull out your maracas. We are going to get funky here. A big old party that seems to be going on. Does anybody know what party is actually happening here?
Where?
Because it looks like they're set off for a big fiesta in Dorado. It's either like Cinco de Mayo or
why can't they just be excited?
Muertos. I mean, they could be excited, but usually the piñatas are held for special occasions. All right. Jeez.
They're celebrating the delicious bread that Alexandra's mom made. God.
That bread. Get that
That's
bread.
That's exactly it.
Get that bread.
That bread.
All right. For the teams right now, as they come in for the attack and defense here on Dorado, it looks like Titans
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
win something. Widow, I'm gonna let you read this and tell me my eyes are not deceiving me.
Titans is trying to do the thing. They're not doing it right. Wait.
What are they trying to do?
No, I thought they were gonna try and run Snows, but that's not Snows. They're just running.
That's not Snows.
They solo wait. They're double off taking.
They're going.
I have confusion.
As well. I mean, many people consider Hammond to be a main tank.
And I will argue this till the day I die.
I know that you will, but he is a maker of space.
Yeah, but
looks like Hot Pocket looking to try to do that, coming in on the Hammond with House of Homie on the D.Va. Surprised, and Hanzuki coming in on the Mei, and McCree as Ulceration and Quake and Punch take the Moira and Mercy for this fight. Hippie Borhe getting the first kill there on Surprise as Griff ends up taking out Hot Pocket with the Rhine D.Va comp right there. It looks, actually, they're going Goats. They're taking on the greatest of all time. Tyler Fire switching over to the Brig. Susan coming in on the Zenyatta with Tribal Eyes on the Lucio, and Abstract coming in on the Zarya, and they are just running this train right now. Almost 3 minutes on the clock. Tyler Fire taking out Ulceration right there, and that is going to be already 0.1 for the side of Void. 5 minutes 30 seconds now on the clock. To complete point number 2, Hanzuki gonna switch over to the Reaper right now, but tanks on the team still holding their positioning, and I don't know how I feel about that.
Goats in 2K19? Oh boy. I mean, the hamster can kind of help with goals by displacing and everything, but it's not. Ooh.
Oh! The Mei wall was almost good, except for the fact that they were blocking the damage coming in from the cart and not the D.Va bomb that was behind them. And honestly, I guess if you got to pick the lesser of two evils, then maybe that was the way to go.
I mean,
the way that they have got nothing to contest that Graviton coming in from Abstract, that's really going to hurt them as they come into point 2 with 4 minutes, 30 seconds on the clock. Hanzuki getting the pick onto Tribalize right now. As Rift takes out Homie, here comes the Shatter out from Hip Hip Jorge, but the Minefield Hot Pocket gets a double kill onto Abstract and Tyler Fire. This may be the turnaround they need. Hip Hip Jorge gets the tackle onto Quake and Punch. This Hot Pocket takes out Sozin. Rift falls up on Hot Pocket, but Hot Pocket Minefield still around. Hip Hip still around. And ends up backing into it, getting taken off the point. 4 minutes now on the clock. Finally able to stop that payload in its tracks. Widow. I got no words for this right now.
I mean,
this is like last night all over again, but I'm just like, I have no idea how this is supposed to work.
I don't see this comp being successful for long. And it's because there really is no actual, like, synergy between these characters. They don't work together in any sort of way.
Whoa! Triple Diva Bomb again from the Graviton Diva Bomb combo. Hot Pocket coming in on as a, I believe, nope, not Nanoed Hamster, just a, oh! How's the homie? I almost thought that Diva Bomb wasn't going to get much of anything. Tribalize ends up getting the final blow onto Hot Pocket with the boop, and they will claim objective number 2 with 4 minutes, 30 seconds on the clock. Rift getting the double kill onto Ulceration and House of Homie. Surprise coming in with the barrage, but ends up getting eaten by Rift, and Hip Hip Jorge getting the Fire Strike kill on to right there. Surprise gonna switch over to the Orisa. It looks like the team is incredibly, like, it's changing up their comp all the way around right now, as we see Void pushing into point 3 with 4 minutes left on the clock. Hot Pocket switching over to the Doomfist without the Sombra, might be able to get some damage. Here comes the Shatter in from Hip Hip Jorge, getting down 2 right there. Ulceration takes out Hip Hip Jorge, but Hip Hip does end up getting Hot Pocket right before that. Hanzuki following up on Abstract and Tyler Fire. I want to say Tyler Fries, because the 5s look like S's.
Yeah.
So confusing. Ulceration ends up taking out Rift. How's the homie following up on Tribali, and that's going to be a hold of the point. 3 minutes, 30 seconds on the clock. Widow, what do you got?
The whole point of Goats is to stay really close together and work as a big ball of just constant damage with a lot of healing. The tanks on the side of Void is split out, and we're trying to get really aggressive and Titan spawn. They ended up getting picked and really paid for it at the end. So
not a good position to be in.
Goats, you gotta be together.
Speed drop comes in for Tribalize, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Hanzuki coming out with the Death Blossom, ends up taking down Tyler Fire as Quake and Punch gets the kill onto Abstract. Ulceration following up on Tribalize, and it looks like for now this Goats is shut down.
Agreed.
2 minutes 50 seconds on the clock, and I have to say their swaps are incredibly well placed. Like, they went from a team that had absolutely, like, it was working for a little bit, but as you were saying, had zero synergy between the characters, to now they got the Orisa Hog, so you get the hooks and the pulls, you get everyone in position. Hanzuki on the Reaper with Hot Pocket on the Doomfist, so getting lots of punches, lots of just displacing and doing damage. How's the homie coming out with the whole hog? The Rip getting a triple kill again! Jeez! Those Diva Bombs have been clutch in this match. 2 minutes on the clock, and the payload is moving into the final checkpoint right now. Void trying to hold a very as Hot Pocket trying to get the punch into the point, ends up touching the Meteor Strike, now coming in to try to retreat and get some help in. Hanzuki gets the kill on the Abstract as Rift follows up on Ulceration. Hip Hip takes out Surprise. And we see Hanzuki trying to do something with the Blossom, gets everybody down but not out as Hot Pocket takes out Hip Hip Jorge as well as Tyler Fire. Tyler Fire following up on Hanzuki right before then as Quake and Punch takes out Rift. The payload super close to that 3rd point. Quake and Punch following up on Sozin as the Zenyatta right now trying to inspire their inner Jonak right there with 1 minute 10 seconds on the clock. Titan's going to continue to hold on to this, but the ults are are in either team's favor right now. We got 3, or coming up on 3 for the side of Void, and it looks like we might have 3 the next fight for the side of Titans. So, Widow, what do you think we might see here?
That swap onto the Reaper is going to be huge against an Orisa and a Hog. They really can't play in a way that they can, you know, get out of there. They're immobile tanks. They're very slow moving. But we'll see if they can do it in their favor. We have another Diva Bomb! Oh, that's
that one's not going to get anything.
Oh,
Gets stuck in the corner, but the shatter from Hip going to change all that. Get the double kill onto Surprise and House of Homie. Abstract following up on Hanzuki. Only one near the point right now is Ulceration, and Hot Pocket just trying to jump around the point like crazy, but Abstract and Hip gonna go ahead and take them out of the fight. Transcendence coming out for Quake and Punch, doing the only thing as Zenyatta knows how to distract on the point. Here comes the Blossom out from Abstract, ends up taking down House of Homie as well as the Transcendence out for Sozin, and that is going to claim objective number 3 with about, I want to say like 20 seconds on the clock. Where'd that end at? It was really close. 9.2 seconds.
Yep.
But they did get that point 3 though. Do not discount that point 3. And based on the way the Titans have been playing tonight, they may have quite a difficult time getting there. So,
well, we
if
can
you
only
were
hope.
coaching the Titans right now, what would you be telling them to do?
That
Widow
last
strat
swap,
to win the match.
I mean, if they can run Snotes is a super heavy stall comp. If they're
So
really
for those
smart.
of us that don't know what Snotes is, can you
Snotes is what
explain that?
my beautiful Game of Throw babies did. It is goats, but with a Mei. It's Mei goats. It's a Ryan Zarya Diva Moira Lucio Mei. You have to use your wall to contest the point, then swap Ryan Shield when your wall falls. It's a super coordinated comp that you really need to be listening to each other and paying attention to your cooldowns and calling them out to play. It's not the easiest comp to play. It's not something you just casually play without practicing. You know, I brought
last night.
I brought my team into a game and I taught them how to play it. So as soon as they knew how to play it, they were able to kind of do that. They ran it really well. They were shot calling. They were doing a good job. I couldn't be more proud. But it's something that they could do, but that's on defense. Oh, they're on attack. I'm kidding. They're gonna need to run a super heavy spam comp.
Hey, yeah, I was kind of wondering where you were going with that because they're not on the defensive side.
Yeah, listen, I'm tired. But no, they're gonna want to negate Rift. I think that's gonna be a big thing for them.
Going to be a huge as Rift switching back over to the Sombra. Looks like Titans coming out with a triple tank composition with Hanzuki on the McCree. Surprise, Hot Pocket and House of Homie taking the Zarya, Rhine, and Hammond right there with Ulceration and Quake and Punch on the Moira Zenyatta. Abstract switching over to the Hanzo for this point, as well as Sozin taking on the Diva with Trebleize and Tyler Fire taking the Ana and Mercy in this fight. Not a single pick that he had just yet. Payload just barely making it past the choke point. Abstract going to start things off by using the Storm Arrow to take out Quake and Punch right there. 3 minutes, 10 seconds on the clock. 3 in the air.
Ooh,
Rift takes down Hanzuki. Shatter coming in from Hip Hip Jorge takes down the rest of the team as Abstract ends up taking out Surprise with the Sonic Arrow. Rift following up on House of Homie right there, and that is going to be a hold of the point. Abstract takes out Ulceration before they're able to retreat back to the team. That's going to be a little bit of a stagger as we pass the 2-minute 57 mark here in this match. Hell's Virtue in the chat saying Hammond in the Sombra. Brave man. Honestly,
Yeah.
Hot Pocket is playing like all the characters into Sombra that everybody's like, why are you playing this into Sombra? Some very interesting pick coming out from the hottest of pockets tonight.
Helden sterben nicht.
Oh, here comes the Dragon Strike. We're able to take out Surprise. It looks like it does split up the team, but doesn't do much more than that. House of Homie getting hacked. They're in the line of fire as the Valkyrie coming out for Tribalize to try to keep the team up. Diva Bomb going up and over. Doesn't manage to get much of anybody. That thing was like super high. I do not know how they managed to hit anything. Hot Pocket coming down with the minefield onto the objective. Now this is one question I've always had. If the minefield falls onto the cart, does it move with the cart?
Yes.
Genius.
Yes.
Does?
With the car. Yep.
Ooh, I'm gonna be trying out something new. Here comes House the Homie with the shatter. Ends up taking out Tyler Fire, and Hot Pocket getting the kill onto Sozin. Quake and Punch getting the double onto Rith and Tribalize. And with Abstract taking out Hot Pocket, but House the Homie taking out Abstract, we're gonna see Titans take point 1 and give themselves 3 minutes, 45 seconds to get to point 2. Rado. Amano in the chat saying hashtag hamster smash. Smash with that hamster. That ham and smash.
Let him and smash. I'm really interested to see if we're gonna get a Hammond play the game from that mine that Hot Pocket got. If we're gonna see a Rith play the game for Diva Bombs.
I don't know. We have seen quite a few incredible kills, but here comes the EMP shatter into Titans as Abstract starts things off with the Storm Arrow, takes out House of Homie, Hip Hip, taking out Quake and Punch. Abstract getting the double kill on the Ulceration and Surprise as what make that triple as they take out Hanzuki. Hanzuki able to get Rith just before then, but the res coming in from Tribalize going to negate that kill. So that is a 5-0 right there for Titans v Void for the death counter right there, and that is not a good counter to be having going on. Rith, Foray behind House of Homie, gets them hacked starting off very quickly. The Graviton coming out for Surprise right there, allows Hot Pocket to clean up with the minefield. House of Homie swinging that hammer, and that, if I do believe, is a team kill, except for Rith. I think they might have ended up translocating during that.
I think you're correct.
That definitely should have been a team kill right there, and that was quite a coordinated combo for the side of Titans. Let's see if they can keep it going. Here comes the Dragon Strike out for Abstract, trying to get somebody, but it's quite in the ground. I'm not for certain if it really did a lot of damage to the team, but that anti-nade coming out from Tyler Fire definitely going to help things out. Abstract gets the kill on the House Homie and Hanzuki right there, and we're going to see Void retake control of the point. 1 minute, 45 seconds on the clock. Titans, though, ult's online. If they can use it to their advantage, they can make it work. Hip Hip Jorge with the hack from Rith, able to take out Hot Pocket with the Fire Strike right there. Healthy in the chat saying, can Tyler make an alt account called Tyler Fries?
Petition. It's a petition.
I want to petition Tyler Fire to rename themselves to Tyler Fries. Well, it's like Hot Pocket yells at me all the time for saying Hot Pockets. It's like, how do you name yourself Hot Pocket and not be Hot Pocket? That shatter coming in from Hip Hip Jorge once again.
Well,
Tribalize getting the kill onto Surprise as House Homie gets laid out by Sozin right there, and it looks like Titan's going to get pushed back once again. Hanzuki able to get the DMAC onto Sozin, but that looks like it's going to be about it as Rith gets the kill onto Hot Pocket right there. And they are going to pull, the rest of the team going to pull back from the objective. 45 seconds on the clock right now. Abstract trying to get an early pick on somebody coming around that corner, using the Sonic Arrow to get some idea of where they might be coming from. Looks like Titan's looking to do a long left flank, possibly.
but
The rest of the team shifting. Oh! Sonic Arrow reveals that, and Rift actually reveals right where they're at. The charge comes in from Pivot Core area. Here comes Coalescence and the Tran. High Noon coming in from Hanzuki with the V-Drop, and Nano coming in from Tyler Fire and Tribalize. Tries ends up landing down, Hip Hip Core 8 to start things off. Diva Bomb going up. Doesn't land on much of anything, but Tribalize taking out Quake Punch. Abstract taking out both Surprise and Hanzuki right there. Rift gets Ulceration. Hot Pocket getting the double kill, but not able to touch the point fast enough. Void gonna walk away with the 3-1 hold on to their uncontested streak for this season. Play of the game gonna go to Rift. Awesome Diva Bomb. This one's gonna be on point number 3, which ended up getting them pretty much all the way into point 3 right there, doing an incredible job in those discords from Sozin, really helping out clean up the rest of the team. Whew.
That was unfortunate to watch.
That was
Titans
quite unfortunate.
just gave Void so much space. They team killed them in that grab, and then they just hugged payload and moved at the speed of molasses. You know, they should have like left one person on point and pushed up to choke and held them back and fought them right there. But, you know, Titans just isn't. They're not playing to their strengths tonight. It sucks to see because, you know, they have such strong players and they're a really capable team, but, you know, they weren't bringing their A game today, and it sucks, but I think it was still a great match either way, and got to see a lot of great things out of everybody here. But
it was definitely not an easy game for either team tonight, but Void will walk away with the victory tonight. Tyler Fire in the chat saying, thank you for the first scrim. That was really fun. And House of Homie, you are absolutely right. The fights were incredibly close between you all, but Void will be walking away. Titans, review those VODs. Figure out what the heck you're doing, because you even got us up here like, what the heck you doing? Like, some of those comps just like, I feel like I'm playing comp, you know? Like, somebody's doing something, playing a character just because they want to play it, but not because it fits with the composition that they're going with right there. Alfie saying, look at your win condition. So I'm guessing look and see what heroes you have the best win rates on and try to stick to those as much as possible. So definitely some good suggestions to try to help Titans go ahead and bring it back next time around. But for now, we're going to go ahead to y'all. Go ahead and pop out your player of the match tonight. Widow, why don't you go ahead and start us off?
I'm between two. I can never just pick one person. It's terrible. I am between Rith and Abstract. I think Rith was doing a lot as Sombra and getting in the backline and really just screwing with the enemy team, as she always does. She had really big EMP, she had really well-placed Diva Bombs tonight, but then Abhishek was just, as always, just a really hard DPS to deal with, just doing a lot of work on Widow, just doing a lot of work on every DPS he played tonight, so it's between Rith and Abstract. They were just both playing really, really well.
Alright, I think I am going to have to continue to give some healer love, and I think it's gonna have to go to the newest member of Void, Tyler Fire 55. I gotta say, that was some incredible May play coming out for Tyler tonight. Anti-nades all over the place. I don't think there was a single time I saw an anti-nade go down that it did not hit at least 3 or 4 people on the side of Titans, and Void followed up on that to make sure that that anti-nade was not wasted. So Tyler Fire, you're getting my player of the match tonight. How about you, Danks? Who's your player of the match for this evening?
For me, it's Reed, because I was getting the huge hackings as Sombra, and also the bombs and the last map.
All right, yeah, between the Diva Bombs and the EMPs going off, Rith was just doing an incredible job tonight. How about you, Peeps? You joining us for player of the match tonight?
Yeah, and it's pretty much exactly what Dank said for the exact same reasons. Rith, first of all, the Sombra was just really fun to watch, and then those bombs, just those triple bombs, it's just, how can you not vote for that? It's good.
The trip bombs. Trippity trip. All right, folks. Well, looking in the chat right now, it looks like Alfie saying Tyler Fire for hot antis. Hell's Virtue saying hashtag Hot Pocket player of the game. Doesn't care about hard counters and makes it work.
Hot Pocket's like, damn, the enemy team put in a hard counter. Brew, you have some minds. Oh no.
And that hurts. That hurts right there.
Got
oh goodness.
balls on that one.
Looks like really all the player of the matches we got in chat, it looks like more so they're talking about how Sniff saying Pro is changing their name to Project WinCon.
That's toxic, Elfie.
Sniff, so I mean, if they're changing it, we don't know about it yet, so I guess we will find out here shortly. But for now, this is going to be the end for us here at the Overwatch Cavalry Club. If you are interested in joining our community or supporting our community, once again, you can hit that big old subscribe button there at the top $4.99 is all you need per month to support our community and get access to our Discord channel where you can talk and play with our players, coaches, and yes, even commentators such as myself and Widow and Peeps and Danks and everybody on the stream team. You can just get all the everybody's in the Discord. It is always popping off. You can also apply to be a player or a coach, which the player application is for silver through diamond, and coach application currently are for masters and grandmasters. Although if we get enough masters and grandmasters, we may be able to actually have a masters or grandmasters team. So if we get enough people involved, we could make something happen. And believe me, I want to be commentating those matches because I'll probably lose my freaking mind.
Oh my god, you'll just be completely like incapable of talking afterwards.
I'll be like comatose right after that. I'll be like, nope, I cannot commentate anymore for the rest of the week. Somebody else has got to fill for me. And in the chat right now, I'm going to go ahead and pop in the URL for the application for our Overwatch Cavalry Club Scrims stream team. If you're interested in joining that, you don't even have to really play Overwatch. If you just like watching the game and you just want to be involved either with making videos with Elfie, doing commentation like myself or Widow, hosting lobbies like Danks, or running the stream and camera angles like the Peeps, let us know by filling out that application. Even included some really spicy questions in there that I think you all are gonna love. Spicy, very spicy. So those are all the ways that you can get involved. If you're just now joining us, I'm sorry, but everything is already over. Void walking away with the 3-1 tonight. Want to give a shout out to our new followers tonight: Jeffrey554, Sentimentals _ the PC Scrub, and Tubby _ Heroes. Thank you for supporting our community by hitting that love button. You can catch us this Saturday. We'll be having our Platinums go against one another with the Loud T-Rex in the narrator seat for O.C.C versus Frost. Definitely going to be an O.C.C. Owusa. Well, technically, it's always been O.C.C. So, yeah. But it's Uwu. So, is it Owusa or O.C.C.?
All of these.
Owusa. Put them both together.
You sound like having a stroke.
Owusa. Whoa, whoa.
Honestly, they come for the game, they stay for me and you, I gotta say.
All right, folks. Well, again, tune in Saturday for O.C.C versus Frost. And then we'll be starting things up again on Monday with our Diamonds, which will be Komodo versus Smile. I will not be narrating that night because we will be having a very, very special guest. I'm not going to tell you who it is, so you better come and watch it.
Is it?
Huh? Did you just say reinforce? I wish.
Right? That would be the dream.
We were that.
They got fired from Overwatch League.
I mean, I will say they have done commentating for contenders, so they're pretty up there. They're not reinforce high, but they're pretty up there. They got a pretty good following. So
I mean, that's cool, but like reinforce.
Personally, I would go for Mr. X, but I mean, we all have our favorites out there. So go ahead, tune in with us every 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturdays. That is all from us here at the Overwatch Cavalry Club Scrims. I'm Captain Jack.
I am Widowfaker.
Danks and Peeps here helping us out with the stream. Have a good night, everybody.
Night.